What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And the Phillies, they get a series win against the Chicago White Sox after, the whole doubleheader and everything yesterday. And for once, I actually feel a little bit better, from watching this team today and all that stuff, I don't think there's anything to go crazy about today. It was nice to see Trea Turner finally get his first home run in a Phillies uniform, so that was very nice to see. Taijuan Walker, I was very skeptical after the first inning because he allowed that 2-run bomb, but basically after that home run, he really settled down and he was really good from, the rest of the game. And the bullpen came in and did their job. Gregory Soto has looked fantastic, basically, in his last, few outings. Jose Alvarado continues to dominate. And even Craig Kimbrell in his last couple of outings has looked pretty solid as well. I still don't like him in the high leverage situations in the 8th and the 9th inning, but it is what it is at this point. That's probably what they're going to constantly do with him. Flop him with it the 7th, 8th, and 9th, depending on the situations. But that is another discussion for another day regarding Craig Kimbrell. But overall, good game. Good offensive approach, definitely way better than Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. And, yeah, seeing Brandon Marsh again, hitting a bomb, crushing a ball to the other way through the wind in Chicago. It's very nice to see what Brandon Marsh has been doing. It's honestly very awesome. He's still leading the league in, I believe, OPS the last time I saw. I had to look at that for Brandon Marsh, too, just to see what his OPS actually is. I'll look at that up a little bit later as we continue, discussing this game. But, yeah, you get the series win, even though I still don't like the fact that you split in Cincinnati. Finishing this road trip 4-3 is way 10 times better than finishing at 3-4. I'll definitely say that myself. And right now, I think our main goal is that we just need to get to 500. I think that's the first step in this entire process right here. Find some confidence, build off that, because overall, I do believe they have been playing a lot better baseball as of late. Still very skeptical right now about, Aaron Nola and Zack Wheeler. The bottom of the rotation guys basically have been carrying the load for you for, quite some time here. Bailey Falter and Matt Strom, even though Matt Strom's last start was not good, he still has been overall one of your best pitchers out there on the mound, starting-wise. Taijuan Walker, too, in his last couple of outings has been pretty solid. Even though I didn't watch that game where he last pitched where he was good, I said on Twitter that, so far the Taijuan Walker experience has not been good, and he really shut me up, and I'm happy about that. He shut me up. He was really good the rest of the game, and so far we just need to wait and see if Aaron Nola and Zack Wheeler can finally figure it out, because we desperately need that from those two. We really do. But overall, you got the Mike Clevinger again, which was nice. I guess the White Sox learned from the NLCS that you shouldn't be keeping Mike Clevinger in that long against the Phillies. He didn't record an out in the NLCS, and he only lasted 3 innings in this game. So that was nice to see. A little bit of, continuing the dominance against Clevinger. It started with that Trea Turner home run in the top of the first inning. He was actually a triple away from the cycle today. So I'll say overall, this has been the best Trea Turner game that he has had in a Phillies uniform. And hopefully with this home run, it'll just go into a stretch where he's just purely dominant, because he looked really good at the plate today. A lot of hard contact. He had an RBI double in this game. He had a single as well. So, like what it was in the World Baseball Classic where he got that first home run and then they just went on a surge of hitting home runs in so many straight games, maybe that's, what we'll see from Trea Turner in the next few games. Hopefully it starts with the home stretch here in this next 4-game series at home against Colorado, because that's definitely a team this Phillies squad should really beat up on. So hopefully that's going to be the case. He went 3 for 2 in this game with 2 RBI. Trea Turner did. Averages back up to 321, a 375 on base, a 444 slugging. So really good stats there from Trea Turner. Bryce and Zack got back into the hit column today after his hitting streak ended in Game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader. He went 2 for 5 in this game with an RBI, average at 365. Kyle Schwarber did not have a good game today. He went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Nick Castellanos did have an RBI in this game as well, 1 for 4. Brandon Marsh, he went 2 for 4 in this game with that solo shot. Ball was crushed. Like coming off of the bat, that ball was crushed, and especially with the way the wind was blowing in today, there were quite a few hits today from both teams, honestly. I believe Vaughn had, a chance to hit another home run in this game, and the ball just died right at the center field wall where Brandon Marsh makes a really good catch out there. So, Marsh really crushed that ball to get it through the wind and out of the ballpark, so that was nice. JT Realmuto is 1 for 3 in this game. Alec Boehm did not have a good game today. He went 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. He did have a chance with the bases loaded. He grounded out there. Alec Boehm will be fine. He'll bounce back. Jake Cave, 0 for 4, and Josh Harrison, he was 0 for 3, did not get any of his magic from Game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. In terms with runners in scoring position, definitely not the best today, 2 for 9, but at the end of the day, you did hit a couple of home runs, and you hit with runners in scoring position when the game mattered, so that's the most important thing there. Looking at Taijuan Walker's stats, he went 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts on 95 pitches. He honestly probably could have gone, the full 7 innings, but, he allowed a couple of base runners there. And then Gregory Soto came in and just finished the job for Walker. Soto came in the rest of that 7th inning, got the final 2 outs on 8 pitches with a strikeout in there. Craig Kimbrell, he did allow a base hit, allowed a guy to get to third base during that inning, but overall, besides that, he was pretty solid. 2 strikeouts on 12 pitches for him. And then Jose Alvarado just does Jose Alvarado things. Surprisingly, no strikeouts in the 9th inning, but he got the job done. A couple of groundouts and a flyout to end the ball game on 12 pitches. So nice stuff there from Jose Alvarado. And basically just going over the course of the game, just, to see where the runs did come from. You get the Trea Turner home run in the top of the 1st. Vaughn did hit the home run in the bottom of the 1st inning, and then Marsh led off the 2nd with that game-tying solo shot, so that was nice. Top of the 3rd inning, the Phillies get back on the board after Trea Turner gets a single and steals second base. It then goes to 3rd on a Schwarber groundout. Castellanos gets the RBI single, and then you make it a 3-2 ball game there. Then top of the 4th inning, Josh Harrison gets hit by a pitch. He's going on this 3-2 count to Bryce and Stott. He doubles down the right field line, scores Harrison, and then Trea Turner follows that up with doubling down the left field line, scores Bryce and Stott. Becomes a 5-2 ball game, and then the pitching just basically went from there. Taijuan Walker, a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings there. Then the bullpen does the job as well. So, very solid game. You take the series, which at the end of the day is the most important thing you need to do now, is just win series. It's hard to demand sweeps right now with the way this team has been, what they've been showing us this season, but still, I would say, right now just win series. But we do have a series coming up, like I said, 4-game set against the Colorado Rockies. And the Colorado Rockies, let's look at this, see what their record is on the year. Because they are currently 5-13. The Colorado Rockies, they are 5-13. They are 2-7 on the road. This is a team that you really should beat up on to get some more confidence under your belt. And looking at the pitching matchups going into this series against Colorado, you're going to have Matt Strahm going up against Ryan Feltner. Ryan Feltner, he is 0-2 with an 8.78 ERA. That's not good. In his appearances so far, 5 earned runs, 3 earned runs, 5 earned runs. He's given up the home run ball too. Has trouble walking guys as well. He will strike out guys, but he also has trouble walking. So, beat up on this guy tomorrow. And then you're going to have Aaron Nola going up against Noah Davis. So far, he's only made 1 start. He pitched 5 innings, did not allow a single earned run, struck out 5, walked 3. This is a young pitcher on the mound for the Rockies, so, make his time a little bit, not enjoyable. Then on Saturday, most likely it's going to be Christopher Sanchez on the bump unless whoever they decide to call up for that start, because they do need an extra guy for Saturday just because of the doubleheader yesterday, because you used Bailey Falter and Zack Wheeler in the same day. So you're going to have to call up someone to do the job there. So Kyle Freeland, he's going to be going on Saturday, and I believe he pitched today. Yeah, he did pitch today against the Pittsburgh Pirates, it looks like. So, yeah, he allowed 7 earned runs against the Pittsburgh Pirates that game. Yeah, was not a good appearance there. So, he's definitely a guy you should be beating up on. And hopefully for Aaron Nola, he gets some confidence there in his Friday appearance. And then you're going to have Zack Wheeler on Sunday going up against Jose Urena. Jose Urena is not a good starter. He's 0-3 with a 9.82 ERA. You should be able to beat around that guy. Should be able to. Sunday's a Peacock game, too. That's going to suck. Going to have a couple of nationally televised games this Sunday on Peacock, and then after the Seattle series, when you go to Houston, the Friday in Houston's going to be an Apple TV game, and then the Sunday in Houston's going to be an ESPN game. You already knew they were going to, hammer that series with nationally televised games just because it's the World Series rematch. I'm surprised they're not doing Saturday Fox. That's shocking to me. But then you look at the rest of the schedule, like I said, Seattle, Houston, LA, Boston, Toronto. Your first Fox game is against second Fox game is against Boston at home. And then looking at the rest, yeah. Got a good series win here. You gotta sweep the Rockies. Like, is that respectable? Is that like not too crazy of me to ask? Like, am I a bad guy to demand sweep against the Colorado Rockies and their terrible pitching? Like, it should be. Like, this is probably the series right here to get you back to 500, maybe even above 500. Because right now, you're 8-11. You get 4 wins here. That makes you 12-11. You put you right back above 500. So that's definitely something. This is a series where this Phillies team really, really should take advantage of, because the Colorado Rockies, they are not a good team. And also, I'm going to 2 of these games this weekend. I'm going to tomorrow's and I'm going to Saturday's. So they better win. They better win. And I won't be seeing Nola or Zack Wheeler. I'll be seeing Matt Strom and whoever they call up for Saturday's game. Most likely it's going to be Christopher Sanchez. That's just what I'm guessing, but I am not entirely sure what that's going to be. Just being honest there. So we got a 6:40 game tomorrow. We got a 7:05 game on Friday, a 4:05 on Saturday, and a 12:05 on Sunday. And that's going to be weird, in my honest opinion. And tomorrow the Sixers play too, so I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to work that, because I will not be home to watch the Sixers game. Maybe I'll be at the Phillies game and just have my phone onto the side watching the Sixers as the game is going on. So we'll definitely figure that out when the time comes. Don't really have to worry about that right now, even though it is tomorrow. But, I guess it was nice to have an afternoon game here, even though I did complain about the doubleheader yesterday. Nice to have an afternoon game here so I don't have to worry about anything tonight. I can watch freaking Stanley Cup playoffs in peace. I can watch those in peace without having to worry about the Phillies. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice to see. But overall, yeah, you got yourself a good win. That's the most important thing. Taijuan Walker looked really solid. Offense overall in the past few games, besides Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday, has looked pretty more consistent, which is nice to see. Trea Turner, hopefully with this home run that he hit today, maybe he'll go on a little bit of a barrage here, because I would love to see that. I would definitely love to see a World Baseball Classic version of Trea Turner. That'd be nice to see for the next few games, especially when I'm home. That'd be nice. Be really nice. And I'm just looking at the rest of the schedule here too. So after Boston, you play Toronto, then you go to Colorado again. So you're facing them not even in a span of like 2 weeks. You're at San Francisco. You play the Cubs at home, the Diamondbacks at home, and then you eventually finally play the NL East, even though you did play the Marlins earlier on, but like the other teams, like 3 straight series against the NL East on the road. 4 games in Atlanta, 3 games in New York, and 3 games in Washington. So, yeah. Then you're going to have 3 games at home against Detroit, 3 games at home against LA. Then you go on the road, 4 games in Arizona, 3 games in Oakland. Then you play the Braves and the Mets again at home, 3 games in Chicago, 3 at home against Washington, 3 on the road against Tampa, and 3 on the road against the Miami Marlins before the All-Star break. Interesting. I'm just looking at some of the other nationally televised games. So besides the nationally televised games that you have in the next few weeks, you have a Fox game against the Boston Red Sox, a game on FS1 against the Braves, ESPN2 against the Braves, TBS against the Mets, TBS against the Braves, Apple TV against the Mets, and FS1 against the Mets. And that's all your nationally televised games for the first half. I hate how ESPN does their schedules. Then your second half, ESPN game against the Nationals with an asterisk. I have no idea why. Then you got wait a second. This is weird. So you get 2 games in Washington and then a home game? Why is there an asterisk there? Well, what's wrong with this game here? I guess I can't view it. That's game played at a. Oh yeah, I forgot the Phillies. Aren't the Phillies and the Nationals like at Are they? Are they the Little League thing this year? Are they the Little League matchup this year? I completely forgot. The MLB Little League Classic 2023. Yep. They're the Little League game this year. I completely forgot about that. I completely did. So that's interesting against the Nationals. Other nationally televised games, because why not? A game on Saturday at Fox against the Cardinals. Another Fox game against the Brewers. A Peacock game against the Brewers. And that's all for your nationally televised games, unless there's going to be more at the end of the season when it comes to playoff stuff. Because you got 7 games against the Mets in 2 of the final 3 series that close out the year. That's going to be fun. Oh, God. I don't even want to think about that. But, yeah. Overall, with this game, not much else to talk about. Got the job done. Got the series win. And your guys showed up, which is the most important thing. Now you come home for 4 games against the Rockies. Please beat up on this team. Please. And I do think the weather is going to be a lot better this weekend. Warmer, I believe. It was nice out today, breezy. But I do think it does get a little bit warmer this weekend, if I am not mistaken, especially tomorrow. If my app would load, that would be nice. Yeah, tomorrow 77, Friday 86, Saturday 78, but it's going to rain, it says. So Saturday might be out of the question. And then you got Sunday 68. So we might not play Saturday depending on what it's looking like, because it's at 60% during the day, 100% at night. So I wonder if that's another game where it gets postponed. So that'll be interesting. And I do believe the Phillies, technically, they were supposed to have their first day off, I believe, this upcoming Monday. If I'm not, they were supposed to have their first day off this Monday, but eventually with the canceled game in Chicago, that changed things. But, we'll see. What happens, we'll get there when we get there. Honestly, it might even be better that Saturday gets postponed because they won't have to worry about calling someone up. But, like I said, we get there when we get there. Don't have to worry about it right now. I'm thinking about a little bit too many things here. So, I think that's going to do it for today. Well, actually, we do have a voicemail here. I forgot about that. So, Sean did leave. He left 2 voicemails. One was mistakenly, I think someone called him on the phone during it. So, this is his redo of his voicemail. So, let's listen to hear what Sean has to say about today's game. What do you got, Sean?
I hear these people try calling me when I'm calling Amadeo, damn it. Now, as I was saying, a nice win today, good to salvage something out of this road trip. 500 seems to be the operative theme because right now, as far back of a hole as the Phillies have done themselves, you can't think about division, National League Championship Series, etc. Let's just think about getting to 500. That's the immediate goal. And there's no reason why you can't stomp a hole against the Colorado Rockies at home. I know it's a 4 or 5 game series. I'm not even sure. I want the sweep. They shouldn't allow that team to come in and take a game from us. You and I talked about Taijuan Walker on Twitter today. Hey, the bottom of the rotation has been the strength. I mean, they've definitely outpitched the top of it. Walker's settled in, Falter and Strom. I can't argue with what they're doing as of late. And Jose Alvarado, if he continues to pitch the way he's pitching, it's not unfathomable to think an all-star game may not be in his future. He's been nothing short of dominant. By the way, side note in closing, great crowd today in Chicago. The energy, the excitement, a lot of people disguised as empty seats. Tough to watch, tough to see, but good win for the Phillies.
Well, I think for that, the empty seats in Chicago, because it's probably cold out. No one really wants to go to a game when it's freezing. And then also, it's an afternoon game on a Wednesday. I guess like people couldn't get out of work, but you saw that yesterday with the first game of the doubleheader. It was very empty during that afternoon tilt. So that definitely probably could be a reason why, but I also do think that Chicago fans don't like the way the team has been over the past couple of years. They're also mad at their ownership because they should be like on paper, this White Sox team should be good. But, last year with, Tony La Russa and all that stuff, all the drama and everything like that, on paper, these guys should be good, but they're just not performing on paper. Kind of a team that we're watching right now. But, yeah. Kind of, said stuff that I said, yeah, I do believe this Phillies team should be able to sweep the Colorado Rockies. They are not a good team. There's not. So you should be able to mollywop them. And the Jose Alvarado, yeah, he's been dominant. You could see an all-star appearance for him. You could see possibly, if Marsh keeps this up, an all-star appearance for Marsh. Same thing with Stott. Same thing with Bohm. It'll probably be harder for Bohm just because of how, packed the two corners are in the infield at first and third base. He could probably get there as a reserve if he keeps up this hot start with him. The same thing with Stott. Second base is definitely not as strong, so maybe it'll be better for Stott there. And then center field of Marsh is like, the most dominant center fielder in baseball so far. He'll definitely get an all-star vote. He's leading the league in slugging percentage, I believe. So, yeah, that's definitely something. Yeah, we go to Brandon Marsh just to see his stats. I did mention I was going to bring that up earlier. Let me see his stats so far combined. Batting .368, .419 on base percentage. He has an OPS of 1156, 1.156. That's how good he has been so far to start the year. That's how good he has been. Got to give a lot of credit to Kevin Long here, man. They saw something. Him and Dave Dombrowski saw something in Brandon Marsh. He was a top 50 prospect. Don't forget that with the Angels. There was something there that was wrong with his swing, but there was a foundation, and they thought it was something that was worth claiming. There was something that was worth fixing, and right now, they're reaping the benefits of that trade. Honestly, both teams, the Angels and the Phillies. Logan O'Hoppe has been really good for them, and Brandon Marsh has been really good for the Phillies. So, honestly, that's one of those types of trades where it's a win-win for both teams. I know there's a lot of Phillies fans that are upset about trading O'Hoppe, but O'Hoppe was blocked because of JT and all that stuff. So he was never going to be on the roster. But yeah, Marsh has been amazing. He's been really good. Stott has been really good, even though Bohm these past two games has slumped a little bit, but he'll bounce back. He's been really good at the plate this year. Turner getting the home run finally. Hopefully that'll, put a surge into everything. Still waiting for Castellanos' first home run. He's hit a couple of balls hard this series. Someone jumping off the bat at like 105, just dying because of the wind. So maybe that's a sign of good things for Castellanos, hopefully. And Schwarber, when he gets hot, he gets hot. You know what happens there. So, yeah. And JT definitely does look like he's swinging the bat a lot better, too. So hopefully that's just a sign of good things to come for the offense. So, yeah. I see some of you guys in the comment section right here. I'll get to you before we end this off. Alvarado should be our closer. Yeah, he's been really good. I do prefer right now, as of right now, Alvarado should be the ninth-inning guy. That's just my opinion. Another good outing from the starter. Now with the bullpen pitching well, 6 innings might just be enough. Rockies pitching is horrible. By the time the homestand is over, this team will be back at 500 baseball. They should be. They definitely should be. I think we all should be demanding that this team sweeps the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies have one pitcher that might give us a problem, and that is Freeland. Maybe. He did give up 7 runs against the Pirates, so his last start was not good. Multiple petition for Alvarado. How are you doing, man? Hopefully better luck at CPP for you. Let's get it. Definitely. I'm 1-1 so far this year at games. They won the home opener, and they lost that last game to the Miami Marlins. So I'm 1 for 1, or 1-1. Got 2 games this weekend, Thursday and Saturday. Saturday depending on the rain. And if Saturday gets canceled, I would assume they just move it to Sunday for a doubleheader again. So we'll wait and see how it goes. Bucket getter. All I know about the Rockies this year is that Chris Bryant looks good and Brad Hand has been solid out of the bullpen. Honestly, let's see what Brad Hand's doing this year. Brad Hand. How is he doing? How is he doing this year? Okay, he has a 1.35 ERA in how many games? 6 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts. The whip is not good though. Whip of 1.2. It's okay. It's an okay whip. Let me see his baseball savant. Maybe that'll tell me more about what Brad Hand has looked like so far. Look at Brad Hand. If there's a lot of things that are in the blue, that means he's due for regression. Okay, a lot of things are in the red. Strikeout percentage is high. Batting average is high. Slugging is high. They're all in the red. I mean, chase rate's really good. Exit velocity is solid. Hard hit, though, it's low. So he's allowing a lot of hard hits. Hard contact. Barrel's low. Whiff is solid. Walks are not good. So it's pretty weird stat thing here for Brad Hand. I do think he might come down a little bit to earth. We saw that last year in Philly. He was good to start off, but then eventually, as the season went along, the more use that he got, kind of got ugly. So, yeah, I think that's the case for Brad Hand there. And Kris Bryant. Let me look at Kris Bryant, actually. See what he's doing. I know he finally hit his first home run in Coors Field. Took a while. Let's see what Kris... Ooh. 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 That is not good. That does not look good for Kris Bryant. Oh, my God. This looks horrible for him. What is he looking like this year so far? He's batting .314, though, but his baseball savant looks terrible. His average exit velocity is in the 1 percentile. That's bad. That is bad. Ooh, that is terrible. Max exit velo, it's solid. His hard hit percentage is not good. Expected batting average is like right in the middle. Same thing with his slugging. His strikeout percentage is good, honestly. Walks aren't good. Barrel's not good. Whiff is solid. Chase rate is solid. Outs above average is not good. Ooh. I think that's due for some major regression there. With the way I'm just looking at it. Because it does not look good. It does not look good. Yeah, I know you're just going by his batting average. Like, yeah, like on the surface, batting .314, .368 on base, .500 slugging, .868 OPS, that's solid numbers. But I'm just looking at his baseball savant. Like, what his baseball savant does not match with the numbers that he's putting up. So either this tells me he's playing way above his head, or he's due for massive regression. And Kris Bryant over the past couple of seasons has not been good. He was solid when he got traded to the Giants, but overall, he's not been good. So I would think with the latter, he's due for massive regression. That's just what I think. Or maybe just because he's finally healthy, maybe things are going his way. But I just look at that. Okay, okay. Wait a minute. Something changed here a little bit, but I think it's still the same. Still the same. I think he's due for major regression. But hey, this is not a Kris Bryant show. I was just very intrigued. But hey, it's what we talk about here. What we like to talk about. Sports, baseball. It's fun time. Fun times. So, that's going to do it for this show, everybody. Thank you for joining as always. Do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description down below. Also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I will greatly appreciate that. Join the TTP Sports family. It's a great time here for sports recaps and everything like that. Definitely still trying to figure out what we're doing tomorrow in terms of recap-wise, because like I said, I'm going to the Phillies game tomorrow, and I probably won't be able to watch the Sixers game, so I'm still not sure what I'm going to be doing about that. So, got to decide. You'll guys probably see which stream is up tomorrow night, depending on what happens. I'll probably have the Sixers stream in my hand on my phone while I'm at the Phillies game, so maybe we'll talk Sixers and then wait for Phillies. Who knows? But still, once again, thank you for joining tonight, everybody. Don't forget to use the TTP Sports at SEATGEEK 2. It's right up here. You can see it right on your screen.